Man, that's sad.
Yeah, like he had Creature from the Black Lagoon. He had the Thing he had The Mummy, and is Phantom of the Opera technically Universal, Blake?
What's that?
Is Phantom of the Opera technically Universal?
Yeah, Phantom of the Opera and Wolfman are both Universal. I had four.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we all had a bunch of Universals, and Vic, I have to tell you, I kind of hate myself for leaving Invasion of the Body Snatchers out of my top 10. That's one of my first honorable mentions.
We're doing a podcast. Yeah, what you
Blake,
said.
You know, Blake, I got another one that I don't have in the top 10 that is a snub. The Blob.
Thank you.
Oh, you're talking about the original from 1958, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I just figure once I saw the one from the 80s, I didn't really care about the original too much.
Nick,
it's kind of like
did the one from the 80s. He was the effects guy, one of the main techs on that Blob stuff, and methylcellulose. You know, it's good stuff.
Yep. And then the Thing from Another World, you had it on your top 10. I didn't have it in my top 10, even though I love the movie. But, you know, once you see the 1980s John Carpenter movie, it's like, I don't give too much of a shit about The Thing from Another World, even though I like it. Don't get me wrong. And then the other one that I snubbed, there's a couple. Last Man on Earth. That's a Vincent Price movie. It ended up being I Am Legend with Will Smith. You know, that's another public domain one. We can go make that movie tomorrow if we want to. And then what was The Day the Earth Stood Still, Blake?
What's that?
The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh, yeah. I did not have that one on my list, obviously. Yeah. Wow.
No. And then I just thought of another one just for the fuck of it, Plan 9 from Outer Space. Because it would be funny to have that on my list.
Plan 9 from Outer Space. Isn't that Ed Wood?
Yes. Of course it's Ed Wood. That's his most famous movie other than maybe Glenn and Glenda, or Glenn and Glenda, or whatever the fuck it is. So that's our top 10 people. You can tell us how full of shit we are on our Facebook or wherever. I don't really care. Doesn't matter to me. But yeah, that was that. Blake, good list, man. I like the diversity in yours. Vic and me, we had Universal at the bottom of our list, and then the top was all sorts of other movies. And so yeah, you know, I don't feel like anybody really snubbed anything too bad. You know, it just, there's so many to choose from before 1970. And next month, we're going to be doing 1970s top 10, and that's going to fucking suck. Because, you know, you got Jaws, you got Halloween, you got Texas Chainsaw, you got The Omen, you got The Exorcist, you got Amityville Horror, Alien, Dawn of the Dead. Jesus Christ. This is going to be horrible.
Yeah, that one's going to be a rough list. Not because it's going to be hard, but because there's so many that are so good from that decade, in my opinion. I mean, the 70s is one of the best, you know, for lots of different type of horror films, you know. It's just wonderful. It's you know, there's no, and it's going to be amazing to be able to hear everybody's list on that one, too, just like this one was fairly amazing, I think.
Yep, no doubt about it. So I guess we'll go ahead and get into the segment of our show where we talk about where our horror adventures have taken us. Last week, Vic talked about going to Days of the Dead Atlanta. Haven't really gone anywhere since then, so we'll talk about what we watched. I already talked about Peeping Tom, and it wasn't good, so don't waste your time. I finished up, finally, Season 2 of Stranger Things, and it was a short season. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize it was so short.
It was, but it's the quality
9 episodes? Yeah, it's good, for sure. But, you know, a bunch of these Stranger Things guests are going to be at different horror conventions, and I refuse to get any of them because there's so many different characters. And I'm not going to start a poster with these people. There's just too many.
Yeah. Like the diversity, I see the
Blake, what have you been watching, buddy? Anything recent?
I've been watching a lot of different stuff. I've actually been working on ABCs of Death, Volume 2.
How is that?
I like it. I'm kind of skipping the segment right now where there's a little child, I think, that's about to be murdered, because I kind of have a problem with that, but I haven't skipped anything else. But it's worth a watch, for sure. I've been watching a lot of other stuff on Netflix, basically just rating Netflix and Amazon Prime for anything horror related that's really good. I watched one of my favorite non-horror related films. There's kind of a funny story. Y'all were watching The Godfather. I saw that. I watched 3,000 Miles to Graceland, and the reason I did is because the Elvis that married us was one of the Elvises in the casino in that movie with a lot of screen time. I had no idea. He said he'd been in the movie, and then he said 3,000 Miles to Graceland. I was like, you talking about the one with Kevin Costner? And he's like, that's the one. And I said, wow, man, that's really cool. So if you go through my Facebook page, my personal one, you'll see pictures of him and us together and in the wedding ceremony. But I watched that. That was my one non-horror related thing. But I watched XX. That was horror. I watched ABCs of Death. I gave a couple other ones a shot, but they just, if it doesn't hold my attention within the first 30 minutes, I kind of give up on it. It's that way for a lot of people, but there's just been so much horror. I basically have watched everything horror-related on there except Creep and Creep 2. I have not watched those two yet.
Yeah. Well, Blake, so we are at the anniversary, I guess, when this show hits, of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, and it brought up the idea of us doing that show a couple years ago. Of course, we reposted it on our Facebook page. But I bring it up because...
Wasn't I?
Huh?
I said, I think I was on the show because our buddy Ray Johnson was on there.
You're right. Yep. All three of us were on there, and all four of us, really. Vic was on there, too. So we were all on there, and that was 2 years ago. We did the show then, and so I reposted it this week because, the anniversary's coming up, and I was just like, you know what, let me watch some mob movies. And right now on Netflix, they've got The Godfather, Godfather 2, and Godfather 3. And I have to tell you, I've never seen The Godfather. As weird as that is, I've never seen The Godfather. So I sat down over the course of a day or two, because it's a long fucking movie, and I watched The Godfather. And I have to tell you, Goodfellas is my favorite gangster movie. Not Godfather, Goodfellas. But Godfather is pretty good. It's just not... It's 9.2 on IMDb. It's not 9.2 on IMDb good, is all I'm saying. Because it's so long and slow. But it is really fucking good. And I'm halfway through Godfather 2 right now. So I've been kind of into mob stuff lately, just because of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre and all that. Okay. So I've been kind of doing my research on that. And I've been trying to come up with our next serial killer or whatever. There's a few that I've been thinking about. There's like the Lonely Hearts Killers. There's the Grimes Sisters murders from Chicago. We could bring on Ray Johnson for that. And then I've also thought about some more mob, shows. So I don't know, man. It's up in the air right now. We'll have to figure it out after my newest edition comes, which I think will be in the next few days. Also, my birthday's, and I'm not throwing out this shit for no reason. My birthday's in a couple of days, and my wife got me the remake. Oh, I don't even want to call it a remake. I've told you this. The one with the new one. Let's put it that way. And then also Jigsaw, which means that I still own every single Saw movie, because it used to be, after the first Saw movie came out around Halloween, I got it for my birthday. And then every year after that, I would see the movie at the theaters around Halloween, and then I'd get it for my birthday. So that tradition continued as Vic and I saw it. Technically, it was before Halloween time in September, and then I got it for my birthday. So just a tradition for me to get Saw movies every time they're out around my birthday. Jigsaw is the millennial version of Saw, because it's just not as violent. But hell, it's worth watching. So I'm glad, and they might be doing another one, which makes me happy as well. I'm fine with them continuing it, because they haven't made the movie shitty yet. So there's that.
Cool.
Vic, you watch anything lately?
Hell no.
Hell no. Yeah, I also watched Man of the Living Dead 3D, which has Sid Haig in it, and I'd forgotten that I'd seen it before, and it's still not very good. It's kind of amusing. Have you ever seen that movie, Blake?
I don't think I have.
Night of the Living Dead 3D. I mean, like, throughout the movie, the characters have the movie Night of the Living Dead on their TV, and it's basically the same story as Night of the Living Dead, except not in a farmhouse necessarily. But all the characters have the same names, except Sid Haig's in it, and he plays a mortician. And I'm like, fucking Sid Haig, what are you doing, sir? Sid Haig's awesome.
He is very much. He always makes the rounds down here. Well, in my hometown, in Nashville, for the Full Moon Tattoo and Horror Convention. Sid Haig, Bill Moseley, Kane Hodder, a lot of those guys make that trip, and they're big hits every year.
Yeah, I love Full Moon Tattoo and Horror Convention, but I've only been once, I think, and the one time we went was the first time we met Sid Haig. I swear he was wandering around high or something because, nobody could find him. And he was just wandering around. He had no purpose other than to wander. That's also where I met Meg Foster from They Live, Blake. It's a good little convention. I like it. And I also met a black guy who was wearing a shirt that says, "You just hate me because I'm white."
Oh, I didn't know Corey went with you guys.
No, but we tagged this guy as Corey in the pictures.
I was just picking because you always pick on Corey.
No, we would never do that. Not us.
Well, I hope that I see you guys here soon. I have something coming up. I'm going to go and to Franklin, Tennessee, to the HSPPH exhibit, which is the Horror and Sci-Fi Prop Preservation of America, and they tour around the country. James Ezreal is a very good friend of mine, and he tours around the country with the screen-used props, and one of the puppets from Nightmare 4, the very one that Nick Benson operated that stabbed Robert Englund in the neck, is on exhibit in this exhibition that's going to be in September. I think it's September 15th, and I did a little, 400 or 500 word blurb on it, for the book, and got it published, and it's published in his book. So I've got something else that's coming out. I've done a contribution to that, and I'm going to go and hang out and take pictures of it, meet James, and I hope to see you guys there. I think the wife is going to be with me, and be a good chance for you guys to meet the wife again.
When's that going to be again?
September the 15th. 14th is like a VIP only show to get in, but it's $250 just to get in.
Lord.
On the Friday. The 15th will be on Saturday. What's that?
I said I'll make Vic pay for it. He's a high roller.
But yeah, if y'all go on Saturday, I will be there on Saturday, and I'm going to go check it out. I was, people have been asking me if I'm going to do a book signing there since there's a prop from Nightmare 4, and I have this Nightmare 4 book coming out that's, raising hell across the internet. I would love to do one if it's, and I'm certain it'll be out by then, but just trying to get all the ducks in a row. There's a lot of stuff happening, so I'm just trying to pick and choose my off time, because I don't have a lot of it. I've done so many interviews the past few weeks. It's that and working on the book has kind of occupied all the time, which I'm very happy to do it. But my God, it's crazy, man, the amount of press this book's getting. But I would love to go and love to see you guys there so we could all, look at the props, because there's stuff from Blade, there's stuff from Nightmare on Elm Street, the stuff from Chris Durant from Halloween, one of the Halloween films. He's got some props that are there that are going to be on display, and Terminator, RoboCop, all that good stuff. So it'd be a good time. Maybe we can go get some lunch or something.
Hell yeah. I was going to say, are you going to go watch Black Panther?
Am I going to go watch what? Black Panther?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Probably not opening weekend. Bart Mixon, who did a piece for my book with Mick, he actually, I think, has just finished up working on Black Panther, so he's pushing that.
Nice.
He just finished up with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, so he's got kind of a really awesome sort of, and Bright. He just did the stuff for the orc makeup for Bright, so he's kind of got some amazing stuff coming out. I hope to see that very, very soon. Wesley Snipes has been trying to get a Black Panther movie made since the 90s, and it just hadn't happened. So I'll be interested to see how this one looks. It looks amazing from what I've seen.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Black Panther. I'm going to try to see it Friday, but that brings up how my schedule looks right now. I have no idea when my wife's going to give birth. So, whenever that day comes, I would assume in the next few days, but who knows? I will tell you guys that the next 2 weeks are kind of, I don't know what the fuck we're going to do on this show. I may just take a couple weeks off and just play old episodes just because I need the break, but we'll see. In the meantime,
one of those things where I'm just trying to finish up work, take 2 weeks off, and you know,